Alright, back at it, and for those of you who watched the chainsaw sharpening video that was uploaded before this one, this will be the first trial run of that freshly sharpened chain, and we'll see if it was adequate or if I need to spend more time on it compared to how it was and compared to how it was new, and then I'll get a better idea. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Get another go. At the very least, I'm gonna get some more joinery cut out and hopefully get another log or two up there before I've got to stop tonight. But we'll see. I have what you can see standing up here and there are the logs, the next set of boards that are going to form the next logs on the 10-foot side. So I'm going to have to rip some more that I prepared earlier today. Just tore down some pallets, a couple of pallets, and hopefully that'll be enough between what I had and what I tore down, be adequate to do the two more 12-foot lengths that I've got to do before I can do those 10-foot lengths. And if that is, then hopefully I can get through 4 logs today, and it'll look the way it does, just one log higher on each of what you're seeing present. So I hope I can do that tonight. That's my goal. I'm going to have to really work quick, so I'm hoping that the sharpness of the chain is adequate to fly through doing the joinery. I got to go draw it up and cut it out, and then I can work on, then I'll have to rip some boards, and I've got those all stacked, and so you'll see all that, and then I'll get to cutting the joinery for the 12-foot logs, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me. Well, that for the chainsaw, that was a lot sharper than it was before I went at it with that Stihl 2-in-1, but it was not as sharp as it was from the factory. It's not pulling off as large curls as it was, and so I now have to sit down and do a lot more work on it when I have more time, and I think some of that time will be coming up because it's supposed to snow in the near future, and we'll see if that's still next week or if it's sooner. Hopefully not any sooner, just because I want to get this covered, but we'll see. And I'm happy with the purchase so far, and I'll keep you up to date long term. So just wanted to give you that update, since that was the first use of that chain since I went ahead and sharpened it. The whole sharpening process that I spent on it was 22 minutes, and since I talked through that a little bit, I sped it up on the previous video, so I've left it as fast as I could imagine you could understand what I was saying without going too fast, and that way it didn't take the full 22 minutes to show you what I was doing. Next time I'll probably take a lot longer than that. It'll be in a better setting, more appropriate for what I was doing. I just wanted to be able to use it and get the experience out of it and see if that was effective for what I needed, because I absolutely needed that today. That's something that held me up, and yeah, I could have done it by hand, but I had some other errands to run, so I went and ran and got that at the same time, and that was a lot faster than it was yesterday. And so if it was smoking, I couldn't tell. I'll look at the video and see after, but it was definitely cutting a lot better. So good step up. Now I need to go a step further and get it back to as new sharpness. It'll never be the same. Lost that piece, as you saw on the previous video, of the chain. when I got that screw, but we'll get it back to fully functional. I went ahead and cut a log of the firewood pile just to give it a test. Went through it fine. Didn't take any longer than normal really, and just the curls are smaller that are coming off of it, a little bit smaller than they were. Well, a lot smaller because right at first they were like 2-inch curls. But that's the update for that, and I'll keep going. Alright, that's where I'm getting tonight. I got all those boards ripped and organized, and I got one log up across the back. So that's 7 foot 10 inches. And that's all I got. It's very cold outside. My fingers are cold. It is definitely time to stop working, so I am gonna call it a night at that. For tomorrow, it'll go a little quicker because I've got all those boards ripped. So I've got internal boards, outside boards, and the difference is the way the grains are. And then I've got there are 10 foot and inside boards, ones with nice detail. That's I'm getting all this on the inside so it looks more like logs. I think it's prettier. Anyways, I'll get that one up tomorrow, and then I'll get these sides up super quick, and then I'll do one round on top of that, and that's where the joists are going to go in for the loft. And that's going to be awesome. I'm going to throw some plywood up just to begin with so that I can have a platform to work on there, but that's going to be, that'll make it easier easier to do a lot of this stuff. So get a bunch of boards ripped and then pick them up, put them up on top, and build up from there instead of having to go up and down the ladder for every board. But that's where we're at for now. 7 foot 10 inches on 3 walls. One more to go tomorrow, and that's it. Alright, well, next day, and we are one log short right there of being 7 foot 10 all the way around, and so I'm going to put that one up, then 2 on the sides, back and front, and floor joists. And that's my goal. I got to get that done by tomorrow. So, we'll see. This just looks so tall from the backside. It's incredible because I can go through here. So, it seems so tall, so I'm not really tall, I'm kind of short, but looking down here at the corner and just looking up, you know, I can't even reach that. So I've got these pallets down. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pallets stacked on top of each other here, and I can't reach the top. That's on my tippy toes right there, and I still can't reach that top of that board. So that's exciting. It's not gonna be that tall, and having it over the, man, it's gonna be so cool when I finally get the windows in and things buttoned up. But won't be yet. I just wanted to share how it's so big. And it's going to look even taller when I remove those pallets and just have the porch. And when I finish it because it's still going up. I mean, I'm going to add, I think that many boards on top of what's there. It's just going to be a huge wall, and hopefully that'll be an okay spot to mount the canoe. I'm not real sure about that, but we'll see. It'd have to be diagonal, be kind of up on one side and down on the other, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, so one log on top of that one, and we'll put in floor joists for the loft. And so I'm gonna get going. Alright, well, give this a look over, because that's it for tonight. I did reach today's goal of getting one level up. Got the log across the front and then two across, one on each 10-foot length. And let me find the measuring tape over here. And we'll go inside. Got it in a bucket there. Go inside here and measure, because this wall should be 710, so that should be something like 8.3. And let's find out. Hope you can see me there. I can't see what you're seeing. Safety tape. Yeah, that's 710. Over here. 8.4. 8.4 over on that side. So it's the same. Should be. Yeah, 8.4. See if I can get that to stick there so I can show you. Awesome. Okay. So I've got that right there at the top of the wall. And as we follow it down, right between basically 8.4 there. Yep, 8.4. And so with that being 8.4, I'm going to countersink the floor joists into there, and the bottom of those floor joists will be about 8 feet, maybe a little above. I'm not sure. I haven't decided how deep I'm going to sink them. Should be about 8 feet. But I will get that done tomorrow for certain. I still have to rip some more boards, and because all I have left is I've got 3 middle pieces, 1 inside piece that's not a 10-footer, and I'm trying to keep these solid 10-footers for the insides, since on top of that I plan on doing 4 more levels, so I need 8 more 10-foot inside beam pieces. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll need 3 more. So I don't want to use any of those anywhere but these sides because that gives me a solid log look on those sides, and I really look forward to that. And if I cut in some windows, I guess it doesn't matter, but I plan on cutting in at least a horizontal window later on. Not I think I'm just going to close it up with logs, keep it simple and get it done, and then I'll put windows in later in the spring or something up higher. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Something I can always cut in later, and I'm not worried about that. But then I've got these outside logs. I have 2 10-foot outside logs and 2 of those about 8 feet logs, or not logs, pieces of wood, planks. And then I've got a whole bunch of little pieces, and those I'll use in combination with the others on the 8-foot or on the 12-foot walls. And so after I get 4 logs on top of that, then I will start the A-shaped taper and form the pitch for the roof above these 10-foot walls. And that's what it'll be like. But that's it for now. Oh, I've got those 2. Those are all internal pieces, I believe. No, I'm going to use this one for an internal face. The face. And so I've divided them up to inside or inside face, what we see, middle boards, and then the outside. So I've got that one. That's 6. So I only need 2 more of the 10-foot with designs or with nice and details. And I have 3 more of those 10-foot. So I've got, let's see, got one right there. So I need 1 more after that out of all of this. So I'm sure I'll find it. It's got a little damage, so it won't be a problem. The way it'll go in, it'll sit just fine. But hopefully I can have a couple more. There's one there. Nope. I thought, but not so. Anyways, we'll see. The probability of 1 more being in there is pretty high based on what I've found so far. And this one might be that one from the looks of it. So that works. And that's it. That's the end of the night. So exciting that tomorrow I'll put the floor joists on for the loft. That's going to be awesome. That's a big deal for me. Now I got to decide which of those long boards piled up over there I'm going to use. I was planning on using the triple laminated 14-foot because then they'd stick out 2 feet on each side. If I use them for the floor joists, and then that could support a balcony. But I realized that I don't need to support a balcony out that way. I can use those lengthwise for the roof and make floor joists out of those 2x6s and set those, just dovetail them in and set them flush with the top of that next beam, so that the next log on top, so that they match more or less everything else. And so we'll see. I'll look through it tomorrow in the morning and see if I have enough of the 2x6s to feel comfortable with the weight support, and go from there. But that's it. You'll see it sooner in time after this than I will. But thank you for joining me and checking this out, and for taking the time to like the video and subscribe to my channel and share it with others, and especially beyond that, comments. I appreciate those comments. Mature Adventure, thank you for your motivation, and I appreciate you. You'll see me next time. Well, it rained. Originally it wasn't supposed to for a few more days, but it did all night. I came out in the middle of the night and covered some things up when I realized it was raining. But it's that. It stopped for now. I've got to rip some more boards before I can do anything else. I really want to get those 12-foot lengths up so that I can put the floor joists in and have a solid cover to support, or a solid base to support the tarp to put it over, because it's going to snow, and I don't want that messing it up, throwing it off, or weighing it down and tearing the tarp, and it will for sure if it's not covered. So putting the floor joists in level with that top log, and it'll just be flush with the top of it basically when I am done with installing them. And then I'll put what I have up there to keep it level, like that piece of plywood and some other plywood and such. And I'm still debating. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those 14-foot lengths to go lengthwise across the pitch of the roof, so that that's what supports everything else, and that'll give me some overhang. So it'll give me a foot on either side of an overhang for the roof to be supported out a bit and keep it away from the edge or the wall. So that'll be better. That'll be, so as I spin around here, this garage has like 8 or 9 inches, so a foot coming out on this side, that's going to be better, so that it hangs out. So it's going to be, this is the flat side of the roof, and it'll overhang like out to there. And I'm going to go ahead, I believe, and use these 2x6s for floor joists. I've got plenty of them. I can cut them down to the 10 foot that I need, and that'll work just fine. I already took all the screws out, and looks like for the most of it. There might be maybe these two that are not 10 feet, and that one's probably just barely shy, but I've got enough. I'd rather just use what is and cut it down. Then they'll be totally flush to the exterior wall, and plenty strong to support everything. That one's split there anyway, so I wouldn't want to use that one. But I'll do a little bit of a dovetail so that those hold the wall in, and just like I did on the floor joists below. But these will be faster, use less of this material, because it'll be one cut to length, and then the dovetail the same as I'm doing these, and then with the chainsaw get in and do the dovetail that looks like this, it'll be angled. So here's parallel. I'm going to have the outside down so that the joist hooks like this and pulls it toward the center and doesn't allow it to spread. And that'll increase stability as well. And I'll have to lay those out. Once I get those next logs up, I'm going to lay these out and see. I'm going to count them, see how many I have, and just distribute them evenly. A little overkill is okay with me. I'd rather put in more than I need and use what I have than have left over and find out that I'd preferred more support. So I figured out, I did 15 on center for the floor. Down there you can see there and there and there, and I made those 4 inches wide about. And so we'll see something similar up top. It'll just be a little bit less width because those are 2s, but even though I could put them equally spaced as what's down below, I think I'll put more in. We'll see. You'll see when I get to that point. Anyways, I wanted to update that plan, and you'll see it as it comes at you. Alright, well, that's going to be where I'm going to leave things for now. I've got what will be the floor joist for the loft up. Got them marked roughly. Well, I measured and marked, but I'm going to wait until next time I get a more relaxed time because I'm in a bit of a rush right now. I got a family birthday party to go to, so I don't want to miss that. I'm going to just wrap things up here. Everything's at the level that I wanted it at for today. I just didn't get those joists cut flush, cut it all, but I'll do that next time. Honestly, it's pretty close to having reached the goal compared to previous goals that I had, and I'll take you up top so you can see what I see as we walk inside. There is I went ahead and put what pieces of board, large pieces of boards that I had up so that I could get some sort of cover. It's not 100%, but it's pretty close. And all of this side, just missing this section here. And what I have that will cover that isn't heavy enough to withstand the winds that'll probably come up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up or not. I want to cover that area, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to go up the ladder here and welcome you to the what will be the loft for the first time. And there you can see down. When I get these set flush, I'll get a good image of as much as I can without it being covered. But get about 26 inches sticking off either side because they're 14.7, not just 14 feet. And I can make some balcony or cover using those, and I can get some more if I need for the roof, but we'll see. Anyways, that's all there is to it. Between that being about 8'4", 8'2", 8'4", I don't remember. It's on the previous video. Off the ground, and this camera being at about 5 foot above that. Understanding your view here is just 13 feet off the ground. And that's it. And so that's as far as I'm getting today. I'll get this off to you so you can see it. And I want to thank you for joining me. I'm leaving this gap here. It's give or take 20 inches. This is the space that I'm going to leave open. It's not a lot, but unless I change my mind, that's all I'm going to leave open for the ladder that'll pull out to stairs that I'll make, and then for climbing up to the loft. I want it to be comfortable, but I don't want to lose that much loft space, since right now it would be just shy of a 10 by 10 space with that. And so I think that's adequate for our family, and it'll be safer having it not be too wide for the kiddos, considering they might want to go up and down more than anybody else. But that's it. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching and commenting and subscribing and all that. I do appreciate it. And you'll see me next time.